What's up, everybody? Welcome to Applicable Dad Parenting and Beyond, the show that focuses on parenting, navigating the life of parents, and just trying to understand best practices to be the most effective and best guidance counselor, if you will, for your kids and the kids that you're helping to impact on a daily basis. I am John. I will be your host, your guide through this experience with us, accompanied with Cody as a co-host. The topic for today is just introductions. We want you all to know what Applicable Dad is, why we're here, and just kind of what we're about. And so that's kind of the focus for today. Today's sponsor is none other than Justice Fit Gym in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. It is family owned and operated. It offers 24/7 gym access, kids room, classes, personal training, and positive culture for change. Chris is a certified personal trainer making a significant impact within the Okmulgee area. So if you are interested in trying to get fit, get that summer bod, reach some personal goals, or even run a 7-minute mile, reach out to Chris at 918-758-6163. That's Justice Fit. Thank you for the sponsor, Chris. Cody, have you had any experience with Chris?
Yeah, Chris is a wonderful man. Great guy, super kind. He's always got a smile on his face, positive attitude. So honestly, if you need a place to go to where you're going to feel welcomed, you're going to feel like you're not judged, and you can just go be yourself to reach on your personal goals, your fit goals, or even life goals. He's a good guy to talk to. That's the place to go. Chris will take care of you, and just the guy. When you see him, you're just going to want to hug him because he's so inviting. You're going to feel comfortable right away. Love you, Chris.
Chris is a good guy for sure. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us for episode 1. This is the kickoff, the inauguration. We have built Applicable Dad for a few years now. We are close to 711-ish followers on Facebook, organically grown. Not real focused on growth, but just an avenue for us to share our thoughts, our feelings, our experiences with being dads, mentors, coaches, and the like for this generation in the world. And so we decided, let's start something up. Let's get a podcast going. We have something to say. And really, in this day and age, why not say it? So exactly. I brought Cody into this because of his experience as a parent, as a dad, as a mentor of mine as well. And we want to get together and just kind of share with what we're doing. But today is about an introduction to us and to Applicable Dad. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do moving forward, topics, ideas, examples, but we also want to hear from you. We want to hear from the viewer, and we want to know what's important to you, what needs to be addressed, what struggles you're having as parents or dads or mentors, coaches, spouses, and the like. So let's keep this interactive. Let's keep this as a dialogue, and we'd love to hear from you on any one of our social media platforms. So wanted to kind of get into who we are. I think that's important. Why podcast after a couple of years on social media? Why a podcast in today's podcast-intensive society? I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of podcasts now. So I think it's important to understand who Cody and I are and why we've gotten to this point. So I'm going to actually kick it off with Cody. Cody's a personal friend of mine, again, a mentor of mine. But who is Cody?
Hello, my name is Cody. A little bit about me, guys. So I've been a dad for 16 years now. Had my daughter fairly young while I was in college, and she was an absolute blessing to me. But, life went on. Down the road, I met my wife, who I married 3 years ago, who also had a son. He is 15. So we've been married 3 years, and we consummated our marriage with another child. We have a 2-year-old daughter now. So I have a 16-year-old daughter, 15-year-old son, and a 2-year-old daughter, which gives me a pretty broad spectrum of fathering and parenting throughout the years. So, I'm just a normal dad, John. You know, we go through things. I've been coaching. I've been through ups and downs with my kids, with life in general. So, got a lot of points I can bring to this table and share with everyone.
Absolutely. I think I was at your wedding. I'm pretty sure I was there.
Yeah.
I was. So
something like best man or something.
Been confirmed. I was at his wedding. So
we're gonna need to know about you as well.
Yeah, for sure. So I have been a dad for 10 years. I have a 10-year-old, 7-year-old, and now and most recently a 6-week-old. 2 boys and a new little girl. So the bags under the eyes.
Who needs sleep, right?
Right. The bags under the eyes are an indicator of where I am at with sleep deprivation. So I believe they call this zombie mode within your parenting realm.
Yeah.
I believe so. I don't know. I could have
autopilot.
Yeah, that's a better one. Autopilot is good. So, but I coach. I am an ordained minister, online ordained. I always like to delineate between that because there are some Bible classes people have to go through to actually get, minister side. But I was an ordained minister, am an ordained minister. I coach Little League baseball. I've coached basketball, Little League, flag football, things like that. Some of which I don't even know anything about, but I'm out there and I come with a good attitude. But that's kind of who I am, is a man focused on, one, rearing my own children, but seeing the impact that I can have on them and wanting to spread that out to other kids as well. And so that's kind of who John is. Not as good as you, though.
No, everyone listening, I love this guy. He's been there with me through thick and thin, ups and downs. So very positive guy, very, very good outlook on life, and he's very approachable, can tell you things and be honest with you too. So that's what I love about him, is he's helped me numerous times to better myself, to be better to my kids, to be a better husband, better parent, and I hope I've returned the favor.
Definitely, I appreciate that.
So I think we have a good thing going between him and I, and between our two, different walks of life on how we've gotten to where we are now and the experiences we've had. We can be helpful to everyone listening as well.
Absolutely. And I think that's what this focus is here as well. And I appreciate you saying that. Likewise, for sure. I watched you raise your 15-year-old daughter, from diapers until where she is now. Great girl. You've done a great job with that. I think it's important as parents, as dads, as spouses, as mentors, as influences within others' lives, to bounce ideas off of one another, to share best practices with one another, and draw inspiration from one another. So that's a great kind of segue, and I appreciate you saying that. I'll slide you a $20 later for that. But it switches over into why we're doing this again. That's who we are. We're here, right? We've got the mics on, we've got the laptop up, we've got the camera on, but why are we really here? So years ago, when we started Applicable Dads Facebook, it was really just kind of an avenue, like I said earlier, to talk about things that we're experiencing as parents, as mentors, as coaches. And it was just kind of that outlet. Something fun. There was some material that resonated with others, and it just kind of took off on its own. So now we're here, fast forward. And the reason we even decided to label it Applicable Dad was just by definition. Applicable is to be relevant or appropriate. And what a better sense of the definition than as a parent or as a mentor. You have to be relevant. You have to be appropriate, right? And
especially now, man.
Oh God, especially now. And we'll get into that in later episodes, but especially now. But that's kind of the reasoning behind why Applicable in front of Dad came to be. So we put together what really is kind of our goal and focus with this. And really what we came up with was, here at Applicable Dad, we're hoping to enhance the lives of fellow parents, right? Or mentors, by seeing our world through a different lens. Because I think the lens that we're provided today is kind of jaded, a little foggy.
Super foggy.
Yeah, distorted for sure. And so we want to spray some Windex on that lens, clear that up, and really through the application of parenting and mentoring best practices, if you will, we are going to help and try to help enable good people in our lives to accomplish more collectively, right? Together, more than what you could do or they could do separately. So that really is and has become the focus of Applicable Dad, and the reason that Cody and I decided to get together and use our voice and our message to spread that positivity and to try to help people that may be walking through being a first-time parent.
Full disclosure, we are not certified
No.
in guidance or counseling.
No.
And we're just two regular guys we feel we have a good outlook and positive outlook on life, and we just want, like he said, a community of people to share with us as we share with you, because the feedback is just as important. We're here being vulnerable, giving our opinions on things and talking to you guys, but we need that back too, just to incorporate it in our own lives and use that going forward. So it's important that we are not only sharing with you our stories and our opinions, but we want that feedback from you as well.
100%. I love the disclaimer at the beginning of that. We're not certified professionals.
No.
However, that will come. There is a mentoring certification that you and I will eventually go through. Pretty easy setup, but it gives us kind of the basis for it. So, but we at this point are not certified counselors or anything like that. We're just guys that have experience. And there can be something that can be taught from that experience or learned from that experience. But my father-in-law puts it best. And he says that every day, it doesn't matter if you have a 6-week-old newborn to a 35, 40-year-old, every day you're practicing parenting. Something new is going to be thrown your way, something new you're going to have to learn, a new way that you communicate, or even a new way that you connect. And it's practicing parenting. And the minute you stop practicing is the minute you potentially lose that connection, right? And you've plateaued as a dad, as a parent, as a spouse, and so on. And so I've always taken that to heart. It's practicing parenting, right? You had to learn new stuff with your stepson, when you got married 3 years ago. We have to learn new stuff.
Absolutely. It's every day, and the way you receive these instances is key to how you carry out those new adventures. You know, so receive with a positive outlook. I got this. I'm going to take care of it because I can. I'm that strong.
Yeah.
So it's tough, guys. Parenting is not easy, as all of you may know or may not know if you're not a parent. But it's an adventure for sure, and I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would not be the man that I am today without my kids or that understanding of what they need to flourish.
Absolutely,
to be, great members of society, kind of thing. So, so that's kind of who we are. We put together a vision statement, if you will, and that is to empower, encourage, inspire, and we want to be the essential center of our community, or at least our sphere of influence, right? So that's kind of our vision statement, if you will. But we'll jump right into a quick couple of questions, and we want to just keep it open, keep a clear conversation between the two of us. But I wanted to ask you, Cody, even knowing what I know of you, seeing what I've seen of you, what moment would you say inspired you to decide to mentor more, reach out more, or just even be the dad that you are? Like what moment was it that kind of resonates with you that you share?
It's really a collective number of instances where I just feel with the world we live in today, how you said before, how foggy the lens is and how, just uncertain it is on what direction to go with your children or where their state of mind is with all the influences they have around them with social media. It's difficult to have a full grasp on direction. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to get out here and just express, how I deal with that, how I put that into motion with, my kids, my family, and hopefully that helps somebody else out.
Sure. That's great.
So on that point, we're going to go to you.
Oh.
As far as the defining moment on, starting Applicable Dad and just taking off with this where we are now, what brought you here?
Yeah, that's I've thought about that. It's a pretty easy answer, but I always try to find additional ways to compound and build off of the initial. But really the initial was my stepdad, who I fully consider my real dad. My biological father, and you know this, but my biological father ran out on us when I was in second grade. I was one of 4 kids, and so he ran out on us for whatever reason, decided I don't want to be a dad anymore. Crushing for us, but we didn't understand how to process it, right? And so through that process, my mom found my dad, and he cared so much about her that he came in and adopted 4 kids that were of no blood to him. And he loved her so much that he took everything that came with her. And in that scenario, he really just delved so deeply into being a dad and being everything that I needed to grow, develop, mature, understand, learn throughout my childhood, that I owe almost everything that I am today as a dad to him, and how he was to me, and now how he is to even his grandchildren. And so that has really been the defining moment for me. And I always thought, if he could have that significant of an impact on me as well as my siblings, why is it that we, even as dads of biological children, cannot have that same impact on other kids, kids that don't have fathers or absent fathers, which there's a lot of that nowadays. I think the most recent study was there was 9 million kids in today's world that don't have an active father within the household. Man. And so I really took that situation, my blessed situation growing up, even in the event of something drastic and terrible that my biological father left, but this man decided to come in and show me what it really meant to be a dad and a man. And so that's kind of really been the defining moment for me. And I just thought all that took was love first and foremost, but intent, and if we're not intentional in the things that we do, starting this podcast, then what are we doing with our own blessings, right? So that's really been the thing for me. That's been the defining moment for me, and it's just continued to snowball from there, just in such a positive way. And I've gotten into a lot of different scenarios where I can mentor to kids, coaching and speaking at schools and dancing at schools and just being there for different kids, that don't have parents in their lives. And so, God has put a passion on my heart for that now, but it all is based around my dad, my stepdad, who's my dad. So that really is my why. It's pretty significant, I think, but we continue to grow on it. So, mm-hmm. And I think there's a lot of kids, 9 million kids that could be impacted. So, and probably growing. Right. So it's a sad thing. So that's our why. We wanted to kind of go into, what do we hope to accomplish here? And why did we do this? What are Cody and I really trying to impact? And so who are we trying to impact? So I'll just kind of bounce that back to you.
Well, you made a great point just a second ago when you were talking about all those people out there who don't have a structured family around them. So those are the people we're reaching out to too, that don't have those influences around them that they can go talk to and bounce their problems off of, to get advice, to get guidance, to find out where they should go in certain situations. Hopefully we touch on things that relate to them, and they can use that. They can use that to better themselves. They can use that for their direction, whatever they're dealing with. So I hope that that's where we end up on our topics and our weekly discussions, is that people out there absorb that and are able to use that in a positive way.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I could not have said that better myself. Another reason why this guy is here. You know why you're here. But yeah, well stated. I think that's it. I've had people ask me, well, you trying to be a social media star? No. You trying to get paid? No. And I think my goal is just to try. If we can reach one person, that's phenomenal.
Success.
That's success, right? And why would we not? If we get 10 views per week, if we get 5 views per week or less than that, right? It's not about that. It's about that one view, that something that we discussed or a message that we had perpetrated, or perpetuated, I'm sorry, resonated with that person. And they took that as an inspirational message and they applied that to their life and they learned something from that. And they avoid some of the pitfalls that you and I have navigated.
Oh yeah.
The situations that we've struggled through, right? So that's really the goal. If we can reach one person, phenomenal. If this gets to the point where we build a following and sponsorships come in additionally, great. But that's not the goal. The goal is to reach people. The goal is to help people. The goal is to inspire people. The goal is to motivate people. But it's all about the next generation. That's the focus, and if there are 9 million kids that don't have mentors, dads, positive role models in their life, and we can bring something to those families, man, what a great moment, right?
And we hope to do it in a fun way too.
Yeah.
Like, we're new at this.
Yeah.
Full disclosure as well. So we're going to try to bring, good times to this podcast, and we're not really sure exactly how we're going to do that yet, but we know we both have the personalities to do that, and it's going to happen one way or another.
Right.
So here we are. Deal with us.
Yeah, we're here. All right. So click the like, click the subscribe, share it. Okay. All right. That's a call to action.
Sounded like a threat.
Did it? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, click that like, click that subscribe. But this is going to get rough, so this is our first time. We don't really know what we're doing, but we have an outline and we have a voice and we have a message and we are using it. So that's kind of it. Any parting words from you?
No, I just hope that we are able to help everyone out,
Yeah.
Satisfy some needs, answer some questions, to help guide people. So
yeah,
that's why we're here.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for listening to Applicable Dad Parenting and Beyond. Make sure, I'm going to say it softer this time, to like and follow the Facebook page at Applicable Dad. Join that community. Share it, like, comment, give us some ideas for upcoming episodes. Also, go over to YouTube. There aren't any videos uploaded yet. This one will be the first one. But go on to YouTube, like and subscribe, hit that notification button, and make sure that you get that type of information in your life. And then comment, give us some ideas, like I said. Also, this podcast will be uploaded to Buzzsprout. That is our hosting podcast provider, if you will. So go on there, give us a review, let us know some feedback, anything. It's an open dialogue, like we mentioned in the intro. So give us some ideas. New Applicable Dad merchandise coming out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You like it?
So
You like it?
This is the old Applicable Dad logo. This is the new Applicable Dad logo. So what we want to do is we want to get some new merchandise together. So that is coming soon. If you need anything, you want to showcase your support for us, we would love to help out and provide that to you. We do have mugs. These are kind of the old ones, but we'll still work through them. As a matter of fact, I think we have a giveaway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say again?
A giveaway.
All right.
If you like and subscribe, actually, if you follow on Facebook, since the YouTube's not really up, if you follow on Facebook, if you like this video and you share this video, you will be put in a drawing for one of the old tees. Now, it's still a valuable tee. This is soft cotton. You look good in yours.
I like it. It fits well. It breathes good.
Yeah.
I could take a run in it and feel very comfortable.
Yeah. But more than anything, it showcases his support for what we're doing, as well as his mindset as a dad, his focus on the next generation. And that's what's important, right? So thank you all again so much for joining us. Thank you to Justice Fit Gym for the sponsorship of the first 2 episodes. We really appreciate that. But stay tuned next week for our next episode, which really gets into parenting and beyond. And the focus of next episode is going to be mentoring, how and why in today's world. Thanks again. Appreciate you joining us.